What's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We are just doing an afternoon check in. We're going to do it slightly different today. How are you guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday, y'all. We're going to be talking about resiliency today. So, as you guys come into the space, don't be shy. I talk back. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. How is everybody doing today? Well, I hope. Happy Tuesday, y'all. We are doing a Honey, how's your mental? Let's talk resiliency. Resiliency is the word today. Resiliency. All the stuff that we have been through and survived in this lifetime, we are most certainly resilient. And sometimes we just need a reminder. Sometimes it's a bit much, it's a lot, right? And we're one person. So we just need a reminder that we're resilient. I don't even like saying strong because when you say strong, it just is like, oh, you got it. Oh, you can take it. And no, I can't. No, you can't. We're resilient, not strong. There is a difference. So happy Tuesday as you guys come in. Happy Tuesday. On today, we're going to be talking about resiliency, okay? Because you are resilient. All of the things that you have survived in this here lifetime, all the things that you have made it through just today. The lady that was being rude this morning, she didn't know the type of morning you had with your kids. She didn't know it really could have went a different way for her this morning. That's an example of resiliency. You got let go, you got laid off. That's okay. You're resilient. Nothing in your life is going to change. And if it does, it's going to change for the better because you're resilient. You've been a statistic. You was born a statistic. And look at how resilient you are. And that's what we're talking about on today. So happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Welcome into the space. Happy Tuesday. Today, we're just in here talking about resiliency. That's what our mental health check-in is today. We're talking about resiliency. We're remembering how resilient we are. We're remembering all of the things that we have survived. Okay, and maybe it was by the hair of your chinny chin chin. Maybe it wasn't. But you survived it. You're on the other side of it. You know how I know? Because you can be in here watching me. Because you can let me know in the comments how resilient you are. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. On today's mental health check-in, we are just talking about resiliency. What does that mean? What does that look like? When you hear the word resilient, thank you so much. Y'all can feel free to interact. Okay, this is a check-in. This is meant for us to have a conversation. Hey, Monica girl, how are you doing today? I hope that you have an amazing day today. I hope that your day is blessed. I hope that you get some unexpected funds you didn't even know was coming, girl. I hope when your head hit the pillow tonight, you smile and be like, oh, today was a good day. All the good things happened to me today. That's what I hope for you on today. Happy Tuesday, guys. As you come in, we are just doing an afternoon mental health check-in. Musha Fear 97. I hope I said that correctly. Hey, girl. How are you today? We are just doing a mental health check-in. Hey, Arnold, how's it going? As you guys come in, don't feel shy. Okay, talk to me. I promise I'll talk back. We're just doing a mental health check-in. I normally do it in the morning time, but my schedule was a little different today, so I decided to come and do it this afternoon. And today's topic is we're talking about resiliency. We're talking about how Arnold and Monica and 97, because I don't want to butcher it. I hate getting people's names wrong. We're talking about how resilient we are and how we have survived all of these things. When you hear the word resilient, what comes up for you? What do you automatically think about? And if you see me looking over, it's because, boo, I took notes because I take my mental health check-ins very seriously. Okay, if we're going to come and we're going to do these check-ins, Thank you. Thank you very much. I very much so appreciate that. This is already successful because I'm resilient, just like you are. When you guys hear the word resilient, what comes up for you? What do you think about? Because I got some things that I want to discuss. I got some news flashes that I want to talk about. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in, guys. On this Tuesday, we are just doing an afternoon mental health check in. And our topic is going to be resiliency, okay? Because it's so important. We walk around so heavy, forgetting how favored we are, forgetting how everything in our life works out for us. Every single thing, everything works out for us exactly how it's supposed to. I don't know what that is that's coming in. Um, Hey y'all, welcome into the space. Welcome in, welcome in. This is our afternoon mental health check-in, and on today we are going to be talking about resiliency. When you hear the word resilient, what comes up for you? What do you think about? That's our topic on today's mental health check-in. We just popping in because I want to know, how are you guys doing mentally and emotionally on this Tuesday afternoon? What is this looking like for you? What have you survived already today? Okay. Because if you grown, you could wake up to a problem. Went to sleep to peace and wake up to a problem. That could happen in real time. But it's not about the problem. It's about your ability to work through the problem and your attitude. And I'm not saying you got to be positive. Toxic positivity is a real thing. Sometimes you need the you need the space to just say, this is a lot. Okay, this is a whole lot. You need the space to say that. And that doesn't mean that you're not grateful. It's not that I'm not reading it. It's just some of the, like, if it's coming in with like question marks or things like that, like I can't access it. But I very much so want to know how you guys are doing mentally and emotionally. And if you talk to me, I promise I'll talk back. This is our mental health check-in. And I want to know, how are you guys doing mentally and emotionally? As you're coming in, let me know, how has your day been going? I hope good, because you're such a resilient person. You know how I know? Because you're here, because you can see me, because you're listening to the sound of my voice, because all of your senses work as they're supposed to. And even if they're not, some way you're able to actively participate, right? That's a reason to be resilient. Some of y'all have been in car accidents. Okay, some of you guys have had strokes, like some of you guys have had chronic illnesses. Some of you guys have had just life altering things back to back to back, and yet you're still here. That's resiliency. And that's actually what we're talking about today on this mental health check in. So, good afternoon. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. How are you guys doing as you come into the space? Let me know how you're doing mentally and emotionally as we get ready to talk about resiliency, because newsflash, I don't know where this idea came from that resiliency means that you don't struggle. Oh, you will. You will. In some capacity, because it's just life. Because it's just life. Okay? Maybe you're not struggling financially. Maybe your struggle is mental. Maybe your struggle is emotional, right? But let's be very clear, we have struggles, and that's okay. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome into the space. Happy Tuesday. We're doing a Tuesday afternoon mental health check-in, and on this Tuesday afternoon, I just want to know, how are you doing mentally and emotionally? How are you caring for yourself? What does that look like for you? And our topic for today is going to be resiliency. Because you're such a resilient person. You have been through so much. And here you are, still happy, still smiling, still excited to see your kids, still with love in your heart, still a kind person, still helpful. Those are characteristics of resilient people. People who have made the conscious effort to say, you know what, I don't care what this life throws at me, I'm not going to succumb to it. That's what resiliency looks like. And I want to know, on this Tuesday afternoon, how are you doing? What does resiliency look like for you? Happy Tuesday. As you guys come in, talk to me. I promise I'll talk back. And I want to know on our Tuesday afternoon mental health check in, how are you doing mentally and emotionally? What does that look like for you? Resiliency does not mean pretending that you are okay. That gets on my everlasting nerves. Like, if I'm just gonna be 100% honest, I really listen, everything is not for everybody. Okay, no, you're probably not going to go to work and tell your boss about how your partner has been having an affair for the past 7 years. That might not necessarily be for them, right? But if that affair is starting to impact the quality of your work, if it's impacting your mental and emotional well being, what you might do is request a FMLA for a short period of time so that you can have a set amount of time to gather yourself mentally and emotionally. So I'm not telling you not to compartmentalize. That's really important. But resiliency is not pretending that you're okay. I don't know where that came from, y'all, and I really despise of that. Resiliency is not pretending that everything is okay. You do have safe spaces. You should have safe spaces. You should have people in your life that you can go to, that you can communicate with, that you can say, hey, sis, it's a lot on my plate right now, and I just need a few minutes to talk. Do you have the emotional capacity to even have a conversation? Because it's a little heavy. How is your day going? Right? Ask people. But resiliency is not pretending that you're okay. Resiliency is not pretending that you can do everything by yourself. Hello, I think that's Camille XB. How are you doing? Welcome into the space. I hope that your day is blessed. I hope that you are so happy. I hope you got some good news. I hope you have peace in your heart. Okay, I hope you're not in no situationships and no relationships that don't serve you. I hope that you're advocating for yourself. It's our afternoon mental health check-in, so I'm always going to say positive things because we need more of that in the world. And as we're talking about our mental and emotional well-being, as you guys are coming in, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm really just being myself. So I appreciate you being able to see me being myself. And as we're doing our afternoon mental health check in, we're talking about resiliency. And one of the aspects of that is not doing everything by yourself. You never know who is available. I don't. You never know who is willing to assist you if you don't open up your mouth and say something. If you don't say anything, then you know ain't nobody helping you. Right? Resiliency is not doing everything by yourself. It's also not pushing yourself past the point of exhaustion. Okay, now listen, it's just sometimes it is what it is. You got to put your big girl panties on. You got to do what you got to do. That's a real thing. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not. However, how many times do you work yourself past the point of exhaustion? How many times do you ignore your body's signals? You're thirsty. And instead of you stopping and taking a drink of water, right? Instead of you just stopping and taking a sip of water, you're going to keep cleaning and tell yourself, oh, I'll get to it afterwards. You're going to reward yourself by drinking water after you finish cleaning. And I know I'm in y'all's business, and that's okay. That's okay. That's what we're here to do. It's our Honey, How's Your Mental afternoon mental health check-in. On today, we're talking about resiliency. And resiliency is not pushing yourself past the point of exhaustion. You know you're supposed to bend, sleep. You know you got to get up early in the morning. Why are you still up? You can do this tomorrow. The house is not going to burn down if you don't get to it in the morning. Nothing is going to stop if you don't pick it up when you can. Resiliency is adapting. Resiliency is adapting, okay? It is recognizing, okay, ooh, I was not expecting this. This just caught me all the way off guard, okay? Now, I can sit here and cry about it. I'm definitely going to cry because this just caught me off guard and I was not expecting this. So I am going to cry. I am entitled to that. It's okay for me to do that. It's okay for you to do that. I'm not saying cry everywhere about everything with everybody, but I am saying in a safe space, like when you're in the shower alone, right? Like when you're having your prayer time, like when you're in the car, I promise you, nobody is watching you. Everybody is too busy wrapped up in their own world to be thinking about or caring about what's going on in yours. And there are some people who do genuinely care. It's just not the average person. I say all that to say resiliency is adapting. It is giving yourself the space to acknowledge this is hard. This is heavy. This is a lot. I was not expecting this. I don't have the capacity to deal with this. I don't have the emotional bandwidth. I don't have the finances, but it's here. But it's here. Whatever it is, it's here. So I have no choice but to adapt. So I have no choice but to adapt. Resiliency is asking for help. Asking for help. I wish I had a blowhorn so I could say it like really, really, really loud for the people who have too much pride to just simply say, I need help. And listen, sometimes you are in uncomfortable situations, okay? Sometimes you listen, okay? Listen, sometimes you are in situations where I don't. No, I don't. Sometimes you're in situations where you have to be uncomfortable. Okay, sometimes you're in situations where, ooh, this was a hard fall. This took the wind from beneath my wings. Okay, I can't breathe. I gotta pray real, real hard. Sometimes we're in situations like that, and that's okay. That's okay. It's just where we are. And resiliency is, again, now what are you gonna do about it? It's now what are you gonna do about it, you know? And that choice is really yours. Resiliency is also allowing yourself to rest and to try again. Y'all remember when grandma used to say, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you, you just need to go lay down. Well, you ain't gonna solve it tonight. Why don't you just get some sleep? That's a real thing. That is a real thing. Sometimes you need to allow yourself time to rest, to hit the reset button, to say, I have done all that I can do. I have been on God's strongest soldiers list. I can't do anymore. I can't take anymore. That's okay. Sometimes we're in a space that we have to acknowledge that. Start over. Do you know how many lives we really live if we live, let's say 50, 60, 70 years? You know how many different people we are in that time span? If you're a millennial, think about the way that you thought when you were in your 20s versus how you think in your 30s. If you're a boomer, think about how you think now versus how you thought when you were in your 30s. It's completely different. The choices you make now are not the choices you would have made at that time. I say all that to say resiliency is really about allowing yourself to rest, to get up, and to try again. Okay? Something else that I want to talk to you guys about is what have you survived that you're actually not giving yourself credit for? Are we gagged? Because I am, and I'm the facilitator, but I am. Because there are things that we've survived that we just don't even get ourselves credit for. So many things that we've endured that we don't give ourselves a moment to say, wow, I did that. To be patient with that version of yourself, to be kind to that version of yourself, to love on that version of yourself. I want to know, what have you survived that you haven't given yourself credit for? What does that look like individually for you? Let me know in the comments. This is our afternoon mental health check-in. We are checking in today mentally and emotionally. Our topic for today is resiliency. As you guys come in, I want to know, how are you doing mentally and emotionally? What are some things you've survived that you're not giving yourself credit for? Your childhood? Okay, your childhood. Everybody wasn't nice and kind. Some people had an uncle that was doing stuff he ain't had no business doing. What are things that you survived that you don't give yourself credit for? What about the parent that you are? What about the love and affection that you show your children? Some of y'all belong to families that you can't remember the last time your mom hugged you. Some of you guys belong to families where your parents have never told you that they loved you. Maybe they show it, maybe they don't, right? But on this afternoon's mental health check in, as we are checking in on this afternoon, our topic is resiliency. What have you survived that you're not giving yourself credit for? You had to rebuild your entire life. You had to start over from the ground up. You had to rebuild your resume. You had to rebuild your connections. You had to rebuild your social circle. What have you survived that you're not giving yourself credit for? We don't play the comparison game, right? But if we're looking at our situation versus, things that we know, or people or situations and circumstances that we know, what have you survived? You have been through so many things that you're not giving yourself credit for because you're so busy looking at who you want to be and saying, I'm not her, I'm not her, I'm not her. But her right now is going to get you to her later. And for all you know, you could be there. Because sometimes it doesn't always look the way that we think it should. What have you survived in this life that you're not giving yourself credit for? Sometimes, okay, we not being lazy. Sometimes we're just exhausted. Sometimes you can be both. You can be resilient and exhausted. That's a real thing. And that leads me into talking about, as we do our afternoon check in, as we have our afternoon mental health check in, how are you guys doing on this afternoon? I really want to know, what does it look like for you? What does exhaustion look like? What does exhaustion look like for you? Is it bags under your eyes? Are you irritable? Are you not as kind? Are you not as patient? How does exhaustion show up for you? I am curious. Hello, happy Tuesday. Welcome into the space. We are doing a Tuesday afternoon mental health check-in. And on this Tuesday, I want to know, what does exhaustion look like for you? How does it show up for you? Let me know on this Tuesday, what does exhaustion look like for you? Are you irritable? Are you snappy? Are you mean? Are you not kind? What does that look like for you?
Are you not
I'm
kind?
curious. What does it look like for you? If you're struggling with exhaustion, how does that show up in your world? I got a couple examples now, because y'all being a little quiet, and that's okay. I could bring it. Because I was prepared for these moments, because we never really want to be honest about how exhaustion looks, how exhaustion shows up for us, right? Because we got it. I got it. Soldiers. I'm not on that list. I used to be, but I'm not on that list. Exhaustion can show up in so many ways. Exhaustion can look like irritability. Exhaustion can look like irritability. Maybe you're irritable. Exhaustion can look like withdrawing, right? You used to love going to the gym. You were at the gym 3-4 times a week, and now you look up and it's been 6 weeks and you haven't been to the gym at all. Maybe you were very, very regimented in your social calendar. Every Friday, you were going to go out with your knitting friends. I don't know. Or one Friday out of the month, you were going to go out to dinner with your girlfriends. It was penciled into your calendar. Like, you were very serious about it. And now you're just not doing that anymore. Exhaustion can look like sleeping more, fatigue. Okay, because newsflash, if all you do is work and take care of your kids and sleep, you gonna look up like Rip Van Winkle. How many years have passed and you're doing what exactly with your time? I don't want that for you, right? Procrastination. Exhaustion can look like procrastination. You think that you're just putting it off because it's a tedious task, or because it's something that you really don't enjoy doing, or because it's going to take you 0.5 seconds. And so you can just hold off on it. And sometimes that's the truth. Sometimes that's the truth. But a lot of times, procrastination can be deriving from exhaustion. You're just honestly too tired. Another big contributor to exhaustion and how it can show up is feeling overwhelmed. Happy Tuesday. As you guys are coming in, let me know how you're doing on this Tuesday afternoon. This is our afternoon mental health check-in. Our topic for today is resiliency, and I'm talking about exhaustion because we can be resilient. Notice I said resilient, not strong. We can be resilient. We can have the ability to bounce back. We can have the ability to do things well, right? And be resilient, and at the same time exhausted. Two things can be true at the same time. I can be resilient and I can be exhausted. Kelly can be resilient and Kelly can be exhausted. Marcus can be resilient and Marcus can still be exhausted. Two things can be true at the same time. Exhaustion can also look like snapping at people, being very quick-tempered. Just like doing entirely too much. Somebody asks you a simple question and you do the absolute most. That's not necessary. But sometimes that is how exhaustion shows up. We don't mean to speak to people that way. We love our loved ones. We love our partners. We love our children. We love our spouses. We're grateful for our employment opportunities. We're grateful to be the business owner. We're grateful to have partnerships. But when we're exhausted, we don't have the emotional bandwidth that we typically do. So whereas normally you could stay on the phone with Miss Kelly talking about nonsense for 15 minutes before you confirm a simple appointment, but when you're exhausted, you're going to snap. Look, Miss Kelly, I ain't got time for all that today, okay? What time are you coming in for your appointment? Can you make it in today? That's really all I need to know. That's so rude. But that's what it can look like when we're exhausted. We snap at people. Yo, baby want to come up. Mommy, look. Mommy, look. Mommy, watch me do this. Mommy, watch me do that. Get out of my face. Move somewhere. Yuck. And I mean, I get it, right? Because sometimes we're just overstimulated. Just another way that being exhausted shows up. We're overwhelmed. Another way that you can tell if you have hit exhaustion is we don't talk to nobody. We don't want to talk to nobody. And it's not because we don't want to talk to you like we don't love you, we don't care about you. It's not that. It's just we don't have the emotional bandwidth. We don't have the emotional wherewithal to talk. Now your friends think you acting funny. Your mama think you acting funny. You done messed up this potential new relationship that things were going well, but you're just exhausted and you don't have the mental and emotional wherewithal to talk. So you start talking less and less. And sometimes we even get to a point where we just don't talk at all. And if it is severe enough, it can turn into catatonia, where you just like kind of almost lose the ability to even do those things. And that's why checking in with yourself matters, okay? Because if you don't stop to check in with yourself, you push yourself past the point of exhaustion. And what good is that to anybody? What good are you to anybody if you're no good to yourself, right? What benefit are you to those around you if you're no benefit to you? So taking care of yourself is important. And lastly, you know you ain't got to earn rest, right? You do not have to earn rest. And on this Tuesday afternoon's mental health check-in, while we're talking about resiliency, I really want to know, why do we feel so guilty for resting? Where does that come from? Like, who said you were supposed to feel bad about sitting down somewhere because you tired? Who said you're supposed to feel bad about not wanting to go over there to mom and them house this weekend with all them people over there and you done worked 70 hours this week? And two of your kids had after school activities. Why do we feel guilty about resting? Why do we feel like, okay, once I complete this project, once I do this thing, once I do that, once I call this person, once I pay this thing, then I can rest? What happened to us? Why are we not just in a space that we can acknowledge, hey, my body has pushed past the point of exhaustion. My body is sending me signs and signals that I need to rest. So why do we feel guilty about that? Where is that coming from? Really, I want to know. Where is that coming from? Feeling guilty about the need to rest. And I don't know if anybody's ever told you this before, but everything's never going to be done. It's always something else to do. It's always something else to do. So you have to make the conscious decision to say, okay, what am I willing to deal with right now at this point in time? What does that look like for me? Because everything is not going to always be done. Okay, you got them kids, they going to always need something. Somebody always need a bath. Somebody always got a fever. It's always something. Somebody always need help with their homework. Somebody wants you to play the game with them. Somebody want to play dolls. Somebody want to play teacup. You got to dress up like a Spider-Man. Okay, kids always need something. And for whatever reason, kids are always hungry. Kids are always hungry. Work. Okay, work is literally elementary school, preschool, middle school, junior high school, all over again. And it does not matter in what capacity you work in. I promise you're going to find all of those elements at the job. Even if you are the job, you have to do business with other people. In whatever capacity you earn money, dealing with people will cause you to need to rest. Responsibilities. We have a lot on our plates. As grown people, we got a lot on our plates. It's a lot that we deal with, a lot that we have to do. And that's okay. I'm not saying that that's wrong. That's just a part of growing up, right? That's part of life. That's a part of living. And that's okay. I am curious to know what rest would look like for you if you didn't feel guilty about it. Ooh, what would rest look like for you if you didn't feel guilty about it? Do you need me to say it one more time? Did you need me to say it one more time? You need me to say it louder? You need me to say it slower? What does me saying it again look like for you? But what would rest look like if you did not feel guilty about it? And then lastly, are you actually resilient or are you just good at doing everything by yourself? Because there's a big difference, right? Like resiliency, again, like we talked about earlier, is adapting. It's your bounce back ability. It's your ability to stay as close to the part of you that you cannot touch without allowing your circumstances to derail that. That's what resiliency looks like. That don't mean you do it by yourself. Resilient people, they ask for help, they accept help, they have community around them. And if they look around and they realize, I don't have the community I need, they go find it. Resilient people have community. And if they look around and they realize I don't have the community that I need around me, they will go outside of themselves to go find it. Resilient people utilize therapy, okay, because it's important. I think everybody should go because we all live the same life. We're all living the same life and having the same shared experiences. They're just individualistic based on who you are. But all of us know what it's like to get your heart broken. Everybody knows what grief feels like. And if you don't, you just got to keep living. You will. It's a part of life, right? Resilient people have friendships, not associates, not people you go out with, not your mom friends, not your networking friends. Real friendships. Resilient people have friends they can call at 3 o'clock in the morning and that friend is going to answer or call them back. Resilient people utilize their professional supports, and resilient people also set boundaries. Because, like, newsflash, I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but that's a part